Good morning and welcome to Upfront, the public affairs programming for Cat Country 98.1. Here's your host, Phil Marlowe.
And we're back Sunday morning once again. It's Upfront. It's Phil Marlowe. And yeah, it's here at Cat Country. We're putting the music aside for a little bit, which is our Sunday routine, just for a half hour. Don't worry. Have no fear. It's coming back. But right now we're going to turn our attention to things out in the community. That's what this program is all about. So we take a half hour, we bring people in from out there in the great unknown, whether they're here in Rhode Island or in Massachusetts, Connecticut. They come in, they tell you a little bit about what it is that they're doing, and our hope is that some sort of a connection will be sparked. Maybe you'll realize that they have a program that is of interest to you. Maybe it's a organization that you feel, I'd like to donate to them, or they have the same sort of thing going on that I've always wanted to do that. Maybe I could volunteer for them. So there's a lot of different kind of end results from listening to this program, but ultimately it's all about community. And this morning is no exception. These are return customers. We were trying to figure out how many it's been. I think it's about 5. We're going to be talking New Year, New Roof with Stephanie Pickup from Carefree Homes. She is fresh off her appearance on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
International. Macy's Yellow Star Balloon, #1.
She's signing autographs in the lobby. If you'd like to
Later,
come
yes.
by in about a half hour, she'll be out there. And Drew Paetow, who comes to us from GAF, the viewfinder guys, but also the roofing guys.
Yes.
And Drew is also great for pickup basketball.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Play to my strengths.
Radio does not convey, size. Drew's a tall man. So if you're looking for an extra player, he's your guy. So welcome back.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thanks for having us, Phil. We so
'Tis the
appreciate it
season.
every year. Appreciate your support.
So for the uninitiated, explain what this whole program is all about.
So this is our 5th annual New Year, New Roof giveaway. So this is our 5th year. We've partnered with GAF. Thank you, Drew.
You're welcome.
And
the man.
Yeah, he is. He is the man. We couldn't do it without them.
Nope, they are.
So what we do is we reach out into the community, and members of the community nominate a needy or, actually needy and deserving homeowner. So someone who's struggling with a challenge, perhaps medical expenses that are overwhelming them, or they lost a job, whatever the situation may be. The community nominates that particular homeowner. We choose 3 finalists, and then the community actually votes online, and they choose the winner of a free GAF Timberline HD roofing system. So it's very exciting.
Yay.
That's very
Yay.
cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. You guys do a lot. Carefree does a lot of
Yes.
work in the community. You were just saying before we got on the air here, you do a Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yep. We partner with United Way of Greater New Bedford. They're actually our community partner for this. And so we do a lot with them all throughout the year, literally from January through December. So we just package 1,000 meals for Thanksgiving with them. And we do.
Where did you find time for the parade?
So that's the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Loaded with caffeine.
And
That's
then,
what she does the time.
Yes. And then 1:30 in the morning on Thanksgiving Day is when I zipped up to New York City for the Thanksgiving Day parade.
So
Which, by the
crazy.
way, I was still hosting Thanksgiving at my house, so I managed to swing it. I did all the prepping the night before. They just had to cook it. And then I was back in time
Were you back
to
for
eat
it?
for 5:30 at
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty wild.
That's a day.
To get out of New York
Yes.
after the parade?
Yes,
That's a day.
I have to say kudos to Macy's. Is very, very organized. It's like a finely oiled machine. It was a
Wow.
lot of fun.
I'm very impressed.
Yes.
As a New Yorker by birth.
Yes, it's pretty
I would
awesome.
have fallen right asleep. There's
Yeah, right.
0.0
No, you are so
chance.
excited to be there that there's no way you can fall asleep because you're so excited. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would imagine you're pretty amped up.
Yeah.
And Drew, GAF, had been sort of pioneering this, or is that's probably not the right word, but
Yeah, it's the oldest and largest roofing manufacturer in the country. Our tentacles are worldwide. There's lots of different stuff going on all corners of the globe now, with some different stuff that's going on. We really enjoy partnering with companies like Carefree to, help them with their business. And, giving back to the community is something that we like to do. And this is definitely right in our wheelhouse, working with a great and supportive partner with Carefree Homes and helping out, like Steph said, needy and deserving person in the community. It's just great. Feel good doing it. So
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
And GAF, they've been in business forever.
1886, so as old as Coca-Cola, Statue of Liberty, older than Morton Salt, I think, or right around
Interesting.
there.
Look at these fun facts, Drew.
Yeah, you had another
I'm a
one.
wealth of knowledge.
You gave one last year. I can't remember what it was. Like the inventor of GAF, or what it stood for, and I don't remember now.
General Aniline Film.
Come on, Phil. We're going to quiz you on that.
Yep. I get asked that question all the time. What does that mean? And then you tell them, and they're like, "Oh, okay." So we've
Still don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what it means, but that's okay.
We've had a lot of different.
Thought they did roofing.
We invented, patented, and developed a lot of different roofing technologies, but there was some side stuff years ago with chemicals and different things, but it's been strictly roofing for decades. So but it's great. Everyone needs a roof, so we're here to protect your house.
And Steph, your business, Carefree Homes, you're based out of Fairhaven.
Yep, we're based in Fairhaven, but we serve Eastern Rhode Island and Mid and Upper Cape Cod. We've been around for 42 years.
The South Shore too.
Yeah. So we've been around for 42 years. My father-in-law co-founded the company back in 1978 with my husband's uncle, and we're still family-owned and operated, and still going strong. So it's all good.
You guys do all kinds of construction. You don't just
Yes.
do roofs.
Yeah. So Carefree Homes, we specialize in roofing, siding, windows. We build decks, porches, sunrooms, things like that.
The whole gamut.
All of it.
All of it.
Make your house a Carefree home.
So whose idea was the New Year, New Roof?
Definitely not mine.
Well, okay. So
She's the planner.
well,
Playing yourself down, my friend. What are you doing?
Drew, you did bring the idea of a roof giveaway
Yes.
to my attention. And what happened was we did it a couple times, and the program had restricted us. We had participated in this particular program, and they had restricted us to only one county, which didn't help us at all because our customers are in multiple counties.
Yeah.
So we decided to branch off and do it ourselves and branded it as our New Year, New Roof giveaway because, January is kind of a lull in home improvement. It's kind of a quiet time. After
Not
the
too
hot,
many
it's
people
kind
barbecuing on their decks.
yeah. Yeah. So it kind of gave us, it was just kind of a fun time of year. Like people are coming down from the holidays, and we're like, you know what a great way to start the year, because some people are going through some really tough stuff.
Yeah.
And so to be able to start your year off on a positive note is a great thing to, is pretty awesome. And I know we've been able to really make an impact in the lives of some pretty amazing people and some great families.
And especially post-holiday.
Yeah.
If you were in a situation where you didn't have a lot of money, you maybe spent whatever you might have had put aside on gifts, trying to take care of other people.
Yep.
Now you're going into the new year, you've got nothing in the coffers.
Right.
And you still have that leaky roof.
Right.
And there you guys are.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what it was just the timing, I think, is great because, as you know, so basically with New Year, New Roof, our goal is to basically people share stories. And so it becomes very much a human interest thing. So we want to know about these people that are struggling and, not only what their struggles are, but what type of people that they are. We've really been able to dig into the community and connect with some absolutely amazing homeowners and people. And, but the community, we rely on the community. We cannot do it without them. They're the ones that bring forward these amazing families. We do partner with United Way of Greater New Bedford, and they kind of help connect us through all the local agencies that they're connected with. So they kind of help share the news that way. Like I think our winner 2 years ago, the person who nominated them found out through United Way. But yeah, it's just, it's a lot of fun. But it really is a life-changing experience for the people that win.
Yeah.
Even the ones that don't win, I think, because, at the final stage, people are voting, and when you vote, you can share some messages of support. And I think the finalists, whether they win or they don't win, just kind of walk away feeling like, wow, there's just...
Somebody cares for me.
Yeah, and it can be even complete strangers, maybe someone who identifies with the struggle. You know what I mean? Maybe like For example, like last year, we had a couple of families that were actually, I think all of them were affected by cancer,
Oh.
And so you're getting people that are supporting you and just giving you encouraging words of wisdom and all this awesome stuff. So it's nothing but positive, and it's a great way to start the new year for some people.
And the backstory stuff is really important. Call me crazy, but I used to love to watch Idol when it first started. I liked learning about the people and where they came from and what they did and how their journey got them
Right.
to where they are.
Yes.
Well, then you become invested in them.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
And if you're learning about these people, sometimes you just think, oh well, they brought it on themselves. Huh?
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh my God, he's cancer or
Right.
lose a job or
Yeah, there's just some things.
spouse in
Yeah.
war-torn area.
Yeah, there's just
in the military.
there's just certain things that are out of your control.
Yeah.
Health is one of them. They say you worked at a company for 20 years and you get let go. I mean, those are things that are typically out of your hands.
Yeah.
So we've kind of heard from a bunch of we've had a few different, our winners have all been pretty diverse, but all equally deserving and awesome people. So, and everybody, of course, gets black tie cookies, which is a really exciting side.
Which God bless you.
Little
You
gift.
brought some
Yes.
in for us as well.
We always bring you some black tie cookies to enjoy. So they partner with us every year too. So all the finalists and the winner get a nice gourmet bouquet of delicious black tie cookies.
They
So
are fantastic.
Yes.
Everybody in the office loves to know when you're coming.
yeah,
Eyes light up.
That's right.
yeah, they're not like Carefree Homes. They're like, oh, black tie cookies.
If you're just tuning in, we're talking New Year, New Roof. Drew Paetow is here from GAF and Stephanie Pickup from Carefree Homes down in Fairhaven. So you guys are kind of like the Publishers Clearinghouse folks. You go out with, it's not so much a big check, but you guys go out with a
We go with a giant
With a
roofing
giant-
sample, which
yeah.
is way better than a
Big
check.
check, a big
come on.
roofing sample
I mean,
for
I guess
it,
it is metaphorically a really big check.
Yeah, I guess it
Kind of,
is.
sort of.
Yeah, depending on how big your roof is, that's a pretty big check. So yeah, we do it like Publishers Clearinghouse style. So it's a lot of fun. We completely surprise the winner, and it's been interesting. We've hid out, we've had to hide out in bank parking lots, all different sorts of weird things
I
so that
remember
we
the
don't
waiting
get.
room for a while.
Yeah, I remember that one.
There was one year, I think that was the year you couldn't. I don't think you were able to come with us.
No, I was unable.
Yeah, you weren't able to come. But so we were surprising this particular winner, Sherry Watkins of New Bedford, at her job, and so there was a waiting area. So now we've got this roofing
It's a
sample.
holding pen, more like.
So there's like a roofing sample with balloons. We've got a big black tie bouquet. Like it's like very dramatic, and there, we're like, excuse me, may we have Sherry Watkins, please? Sure. Do you mind waiting here? Now, meanwhile, the whole waiting room is full, and they're just staring at us like, what is happening?
You're like Buddy and Elf.
It was just it was very awkward, but it was a lot of fun once we actually got to the winner to surprise her. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Pretty shocked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Usually there's tears of joy involved. But actually kind of the fun part for us is just the whole coordinating, like how are we going to surprise them? How are we going to do it? And we usually catch it on video we catch it on video every year. So people can check that out on our Facebook page and our website. But
Which is what?
our website is carefreehomescompany.com, all spelled out, world's longest domain. So carefreehomescompany.com. And then
your email is the longest one.
yeah, and of
ever.
course my name in itself is extremely long. So add that to the domain and that's it.
But
We're
the
there
greatest name ever.
Yeah.
That's
So and we're also on, we're on Facebook, Carefree Homes Inc., Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. We're everywhere on social media. So just look up Carefree Homes Inc. and you'll find us. But our videos are pretty much everywhere.
GAF, the shortest domain name.
Yep.
It is.
Right into the point. GAF.com. Yes. Can't beat it.
But so how does this all begin? Where do we start this process and give us some of the
Sure.
the hurdles
Okay.
the
All right. So basically, the nomination period begins January 1st. So the New Year's Day, it begins. The nominee must live in the house and they must own the house. It must be a single family home, so no multifamilies and no commercial properties. And they must be in our service area. So there's a little map on our website. So when you go to carefreehomescompany.com, there's a link right on the homepage that says New Year, New Roof, and you click right there, and it brings you right to the page with all the information you need. So the nominations are open the 1st through the 7th, and that's where you it's pretty simple. It's a pretty short form. You enter your name, the nominee's name, and then, of course, the most important part is the story. So we want to hear about them, not only obviously that they need a new roof, but we want to know them as people, what kind of people that they are, that kind of stuff. The more, the better. So that's great. So once the nominations close, the finalists will be announced on January 9th. And then the voting, which is this is where it's essential that we need everybody's participation, is voting begins January 10th and ends on the 15th of January. And then we do this surprise reveal on the 17th of January. It's a pretty fast-moving.
Yeah, it really is.
It is, because it just, I think we had used to kind of stretch it out a little bit, and it just tends to drag a little bit.
Lose steam.
Yeah, it's just not as exciting. So you got to keep everybody on their toes. So it's it all starts January 1st at carefreehomescompany.com. And if anyone has problems, because I know sometimes some browsers tend to get, can be glitchy with the form. We find Chrome works best. But if you're having problems, you can always call me at the office at 508-997-1111, and I'd be happy to walk you through anything. Or if you have any problems, I'd be happy to help.
Can you nominate yourself?
You can nominate yourself. There are people who have nominated themselves. The only kind of catch with that is when it comes down to the end for finalists, you need a network to vote for you to help. You know what I mean? So. Right. You can nominate yourself, but your chances of actually winning are a little bit more difficult because people that typically are nominated have a network of people that are like, hey, let's get so-and-so a free roof. Let's do this for so-and-so. Right. So the ones who have won have a tremendous network supporting them.
Yep.
So you absolutely can nominate yourself, but it might be a little bit more challenging than as opposed to someone who's been nominated by 1, 2, or 3 people.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't do roofs at this time of year, can you?
Sure.
Can you? Yeah, it just depends on the temperatures.
Yeah, it depends on the temperature. I mean, it's cold.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
You can definitely, work, and you can do this stuff all season.
Really?
Yeah.
As long as it's not a polar vortex, 50 degrees below zero.
Exactly.
You're okay.
Yeah, it may not fully seal down until the following spring, which is kind of standard for all of them because they have a heat activated glue sealant.
Oh.
But the nailing of when you nail the shingles in, nailing will hold them, and then the sealant will kind of happen as the weather provides it. But you can definitely do it now. I mean,
I wonder what would be preferred from the guys who are up there, because I know I've seen guys working in 100-degree weather.
They don't like it when it's too hot. The installers don't like it when it's too hot, when it's too cold. Honestly, spring or what time when they can work in 40 degrees because they're up there moving. I mean, roofing is hard.
I did it once.
It's very difficult.
Did you?
I did with a friend, and it was a simple A-frame, and we had somebody up there that knew what they were doing.
So he bossed you around.
So it was somebody's father, and he made us all look like chumps. We were all 20-something-year-old guys, and he was 50-something.
It's usually the middle-aged guys that are just they're pro because they've been doing it forever.
Yeah, he took stacks on his shoulders and went up the ladders it was nothing, and I'm looking down. I'm going to die. I mean, my contribution was meager. I was there for the food.
Yeah. Good for you. Free pizza.
I tell people all the time. It's I sell the stuff. I work for a large manufacturer, but
leave it to the pros.
Putting it on, please leave it to the pros.
Yeah.
That's the that's definitely the preferable way to do it. But they like spring. They like fall. That's usually historically kind of our busier times we see coming out of the winter, where you get some storm damage or some ice damming or something like that. There's usually a big rush in the spring to immediately fix it, or sometimes the procrastinators will wait, have the problem over the winter. Maybe should do it in the spring and then wait till the fall to get it. Because let's face it, if your roof is leaking, it's not like
not a small job.
No, it's not like your kitchen cabinets that maybe aren't as pretty as you want them to be, where you can kind of just say, okay, well, I'll live with it, and I'll just reach in and get your Rice Krispies and move about your day. But if your roof is leaking, you definitely have to address that situation sooner rather than later. It's definitely elective surgery as opposed to something that you want to do, but it's necessary.
And I'm sure any homeowner who's listening this morning, who's ever had to replace their roof, knows just how great a deal this is.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because it's very expensive.
It certainly can be, especially depending on the complexity of your roof and how large it is and all that stuff.
And I was just going to ask you that. How complex can it get? How big can it get?
Well, typically a person who needs a roof doesn't live in a mansion, usually.
That's true.
So it tends to be, people who are nominated tend to be an average home, not, obviously, if they're living in a really, really large house, typically they can swing it. But
it's in a lot of it too. Sometimes what we've found, not necessarily with the program that Steph does, but with a lot of older homes, they kind of get the maintenance isn't what you'd want it to be. So sometimes there's multiple layers on the of roofing on there, which sometimes the house doesn't like it. Basically, is the best way I can say it. State code says you can have a maximum of 2, but sometimes you'll see 4, 5, 6 layers with wooden shakes underneath, which was like the original when the house was built. So you have layer of layer of layer, and none of them are performing. It's it's always best to just get all that off of there. Start with a good clean plywood surface, and you got to redo the whole thing. So the Band-Aids will only get you so far until you finally have to.
Do you have to change joists and things like that along the way, or
if it's structurally compromised, but that's like a very dire thing. Usually after all that weight is gone from all those layers, it'll kind of
the house goes. Oh,
the house,
you.
Thanks. Thanks for getting that off my back.
I just saw a rehab addict not that long ago.
I like that show.
I like that show too, and she picked up a piece of a roof that she had just put a new roof onto, and it was like you said. We were like, I thought she said 20 layers. I don't think that's even humanly possible, but
she's probably exaggerating.
It looked like it was
for dramatic effect
like
on TV.
4, 5, 6 inches deep.
They can.
Crazy.
It's nuts. And then too, like I said, a lot of the houses have like the wooden shakes, especially depending on where you live and where you're listening.
Right.
That just further complicates it even more.
Yep.
So it's it can definitely be pretty hairy, but like I said, if you need it, you need it, and there's kind of no way of getting around it.
Yeah.
She'll just keep, unfortunately, will just keep leaking and leaking and leaking until you fix or repair or
Get the guys
redo
from
the whole
Carefree
thing.
Homes with GAF to come in and take care of it.
That too.
So that's the deal. You guys, GAF supplies the material.
Yes.
And then
we do the
and
installation.
then Carefree Homes
Yep.
does the install.
We provide the install. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do it like immediately?
As soon as we can, yeah.
Weather
Weather
permitting.
permitting, yeah, it depends because this time of year
Right.
can be a little hairy depending on blizzards and nor'easters, stuff like that. So
Rain.
yeah, it depends on the weather.
Freezing rain and
Yeah, as long as the weather is okay, we'll redo it. So we do try to do it as soon as we can. Get it done. It's people are really excited.
it actually feels like a winter already.
It's cold today.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Today
but
it does,
just in general, it seemed to have started when it normally would start. Because for the last several years, it seems like it waits until after January, and then
Although the icing earlier this week was really beautiful on the trees and stuff.
it was.
I'm glad I wasn't driving on it, but I hope my boss didn't hear that. But it looked cool. It looked cool on the trees.
You told me you were seeing
I was out and about.
I was seeing them on my iPhone.
Yeah, exactly.
FaceTime. So January 1st is the beginning of the whole process. The 17th is the end of the process. All the information will be on your website, right?
Yes, visit carefreehomescompany.com, and everything you need to know is there. You can see we'll have some video from previous winners, which is always a lot of fun. But you can follow us also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for our latest updates. If you want to stay kind of really in the loop, that's the best way to stay connected with us. But yes, everything is at carefreehomescompany.com.
GAF has a website. They must have a website.
Yep, GAF.com. And
but can you bring it down to the local level? So that
yeah. So typically, Steph will send us stuff or send stuff to our communications department, and then they put that out there and get them some international recognition now, I guess you'd say, for some of the stuff that's going on. So yeah, it's good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think last year GAF, they had shared our winner reveal, and I think there was this is big for us because we're local. There was almost 13,000 views or something like that on the video, which was pretty exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, because for us, we're a local company, so that's
Yeah,
that's
cool.
a lot of views. So
And it wasn't just me watching at 13.
No, it wasn't you watching it over and over again.
He took a week off from work and just sat around rewatching it.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's good. It's a really good, it's a feel good program from, the company's perspective, but like you said, locally, it's like I live around here, so
Right.
I like being part of stuff like this. It's really great.
That's what this show is all about, as I said at the beginning. It's all about community. I'm looking at the clock. We're not quite done, but we're getting close. Give me like one of your favorite, either nominees or winners. That something that
man.
that really
Tell
got
us your
you.
favorite child too.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, exactly. I got 4 kids. You're asking me to pick a favorite. Okay. They're all special in their own way. I do have to say my last 2 years have been pretty special. The Art family last year, they have 3 little girls. Their middle daughter, Eleanor, has been battling leukemia for the past 2 years.
Oh,
But they are the most positive, amazing people. For what they're going through, never a complaint. Never. It was awesome to work with them. They were absolutely so deserving. Some of the kindest people. So they had actually, they bought a fixer-upper house, and they had just had their 3rd baby. So I think Penny was a baby. And I think 6 months after is when Ellie got the diagnosis for leukemia. So they had all these plans to fix up this house. And then, of course, everything just stopped, And so when we were able to come in with the new roof, it kind of Peter is the dad. Pete said, Carefree Homes basically made the idea of surprises. So, Ellie's diagnosis was a complete surprise. You're just living your life, getting ready. You have your 3rd baby, you buy a new house. Oh my gosh, everything's great. And then, oh my gosh, you get hit with a leukemia diagnosis. It's just unexpected surprise. So New Year, New Roof gave the Art family a surprise, a great surprise in a positive way. That surprises can be good. And they've kind of stayed on that path for the last year of positivity, and Ellie's wrapping up her chemo and all that stuff.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, but they're a great family because I admire them for their courage and their perseverance, but just their positive outlook on life. You don't realize you kind of take it for granted, right? You wake up, you go to work, your kids go to school, did you make your bed? Did you pack your lunch? Did you do this? You're getting frustrated with your kids, and you're just going about your everyday stuff, and you kind of get caught up in that, and you forget that there's families like the Arts who are just trying to survive and get their child well again so that she can be a healthy, normal little girl going back to school and just living life like most of us do that we just kind of take for granted. So it's an experience for them, but it's also for us. It keeps things in perspective, and it just is all good. It's awesome. It's just uplifting for everybody. So
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah, I know.
sorry.
No, that was wow.
It's a great story. That's what.
But it's just, you take it for granted. It's just something as simple
So right.
as your health,
So
right?
true.
And just having a roof over your head. But, when health compromises your ability to provide a roof, that's just.
It's so funny. As parents, you always say that. I put a roof over your head.
Right. Yeah.
That expression has been around for
Yes.
so long. It literally is the most important thing.
Right. Yeah. It really is. But New Year, New Roof is just a life changer for not only the winners, but for us as a company and as a family.
So
It's
all
just
the,
awesome.
the nominating letters, those
Yep.
all get posted on
Yeah,
on the
so
site?
everything gets posted. The stories get posted. Who nominated them gets posted. So every nominee, their story is shared on the website. So everybody can read everything. But then when it comes to the finalists, we kind of connect with United Way of Greater New Bedford, and we say, hey, give us your top 3. Let's discuss who we think should be in the final round for the voting and why. And we kind of, it's very difficult because you want to give everybody a free roof. But, it's the deliberation process is always a challenge, but it's a lot of fun. And it can all be found right on the website at carefreehomescompany.com.
The longest.
World's longest domain, but the best.
There you go. Well, we ought to be moving on here because we have sort of reached the end of our journey here. But I'm thinking you two, now that Chip and Joanna are out of the picture, you guys are due for like a TV show.
Sure, we can discuss all topics as we were discussing.
Exactly. You've already got the TV experience from Macy's. You've been on NBC for years now.
Yes.
I got a face for radio, though, Phil. I don't know.
Stop it. You'd have to figure out a way to get you in the frame.
We did have one. I remember we had one. We ran the one videographer we had first year.
Yeah, so we had. So Drew is, how tall are you?
6'6".
He's 6'6". Okay, so we had we did a video, like an actual like a production.
Yep.
And so our Carefree spokesperson was probably about 5'6" or 5'7", and we had to put him on an improvised apple box, which I'm not. An apple box is like a. Basically like a stool.
It's a stool.
But it was we were at the first winner's house and all they had was a training potty, like a baby, like what do you call those? Like a little tykes, like those little porta potty things for little babies. So he was standing on.
Steph takes a picture of me getting interviewed by this guy and him standing on the little
potty.
That's hysterical.
It was.
That's great.
We have a lot of good stories. Actually. It's pretty funny.
Good.
We could go on for hours.
Well, that's why we keep bringing you back every year. Well, you guys do great work, and it's always fun for all of us, including the folks in the office who get the cookies from Black Tie. But thank you for doing what you do and for sharing at this time of year. We always love having you, Drew Paetow and Stephanie. Pickup from Carefree Homes and GAF with Drew. Great work, and
thank you.
We'll see you next year for darn sure.
Thank you.
We appreciate your support. Thanks
Definitely.
so much.
You
Thank
got
you,
it.
guys.
Well, we're going to shut up the barn doors here and get the music back on the air, but I'm back again next Sunday with a new topic and a new guest, and I hope you'll be there too.
This has been Upfront, the public affairs programming for Cat Country 98.1. If you'd like more information about today's topic or would like to be considered as a guest for an upcoming show, please call 401-467-4366 and ask for Phil Marlowe. Nonprofits and other organizations serving their local communities are